back into Talking Fitchburg, joined today from the Better Business Bureau here in Wisconsin, and talking about understanding installment purchases. I had to double read this. Installment purchases. Interesting topic. How you doing?
I'm good.
So you had to educate me on this a little bit, and then I was like, oh yeah, I guess I've seen this all the time once you know what it is. So I love the buy now, pay later, and I was like, this sounds like layaway, but it's not that. This is like you go to a website, your common place, and they offer you to like, hey, you could finance this instead of paying it right now, you pay for it in installments. How exciting.
This is available for anything from electronics to shoes and everything in between. So when you're shopping online, you get to the checkout and you have your options for a payment method. And there's a ton of them these days. Credit, debit, PayPal, and there's this installment plan financing. What is it, right? This is a new topic. We've never talked about this before.
This is not. I had to read this a few times to make sure I understood everything that's going on. So let's talk about how it works. Kind of alluded to it already, that you're at that checkout line and you can basically defer, and maybe pay a little bit less with installments and interest rates and.
You might pay a little bit more, too.
You probably will pay a little bit more.
So as we're going through this checkout process, it seems cool to go ahead and try the installment plan, right? I can split it up, 3 payments, 6 payments, depending on, the dollar value of the item that you're purchasing. So you get directed to another page, and it takes you to an application page. And it's asking for standardized information about you, like you would be filling out a credit app. And you go ahead and submit that, and you get approved right away, and your purchase goes through. Great, right? I just bought a pair of shoes, and I can pay $10 a month for the next 10 months. Perfect. But there's more to the story.
There is, and so these finance companies, obviously like a credit card, are going to charge you some type of rate. So are they going to spell that out? Somewhere in that loan application, I assume they are spelling that out, but what are the terms, I guess, is really what you're looking for, right?
There's a lot of fine print that comes with this. It's just not the application and submitting it. You want to know, what are those shoes really going to cost you? Are they at 0% interest? The financing company could be offering you a 0% deal, which is great, right? You don't have to put them on your own credit card. You can pay for them in installments, and off you go. But it could be up to 30%. And that's an expensive pair of shoes. So you want to know really what your interest rate is going to be in order to do that.
So other tips here you have is consider a loan. So, consider it to be a loan first off, but maybe I don't know if you take a loan for shoes, but you have the option.
It is a loan, and it works exactly the same way that a loan does. If you don't pay, it can go to collections. If you don't pay collections, it can be turned over to the credit bureaus and hurt your credit score. So you are entering into a loan agreement when you're applying for these installment plans.
It doesn't seem like it is a loan, but dang, it's straight up loan. It is literally a loan. That's the way I see it anyway. Stick to the budget. You had already mentioned that, think about the end game here and what you're paying for it. Maybe shoes is not the best example. Maybe there's something a little bit bigger in price, and maybe you can work that out. But you want to think of that before you enter into this.
You do. Your payments are going to be split up, maybe 3 months, 6 months to a year. And if you're buying something pricey, it can really add to your monthly budget, because it could be $100 a month. It could be, $200 a month split up. Do you have that extra in your monthly budget in order to afford that?
Get to know the company. So that, I would say, number one, if you're even considering it, start with doing some research.
Who is the financing company that's financing it? You're just not filling out an application for your favorite retailer. There is a financing company behind it. So you're going to want to go to bbb.org, check ratings, reviews, and complaints, do an internet search on the company. What are other people saying about them?
And then know how your credit could be affected. So if things go wrong or whatever happens, you kind of already alluded a little bit to it, but you need to be prepared to know what that looks like.
As I said before, you are responsible for the payment. If you're splitting it up into payments, they're going to come after you, and they're going to want their money back.
And that's going to have some consequences, because it would if you were taking a regular loan, let alone this is a loan anyway. But
and what are the late fees if your payment is late? Can you extend it beyond the installment period? You're going to want to know all of those answers up front.
Yeesh. I mean, it's fascinating because it gives people maybe another option, as a buy now, pay later scenario. But there's just so many things to it that kind of call into question, like, is it really worth it or not? So certainly do your homework, check BBB. This is why you guys are out there. You're out there to keep us informed of these things as they're going on. We're not, and I don't want to say this is a bad idea, but you just want to make sure people know how to use it appropriately.
And it could be a great option, especially when you're shopping during those peak holiday periods. Back to school is one of the top shopping periods, and to have some extra cash to flow for the next 4 months, because then you go into the holiday period and another big buying season. So it could be a great thing if you're being offered 0%, but there also could be some setbacks too if you get offered that high interest rate.
Yeah, can you get it paid off before the 6-month term heads up, or whatever fancy deals there? But I think you could explore other options out there as well. So if you're looking at that, why not open it up a little bit and check out other loans or other things out there too? So, but do your research. Again, bbb.org, a great place to find some great stuff.
Thanks for having me today.
I took your spot. You take my spot. Thank you.